Naomi wants charges pressed against top WWE superstar. Naomi had a rough outing on the first episode of SmackDown this year. After failing to become the women's champion, she sent a surprising message regarding her opponent during the January 3rd episode of SmackDown. Naomi failed to knock Nia Jax off her perch, thanks to Tiffany Stratton for clocking her head with the Money in the Bank briefcase during the closing moments of the match. The buff Barbie, who helped the Irresistible Force retain the title, wasted no time turning her back on her friend post-match. Tiffany Stratton cashed in her contract immediately after Bianca Belair took out Nia Jax with a KOD and became the new WWE Women's Champion. After the show, unseen footage of Nia Jax being carried by the referee Brian Gwynn surfaced online. Naomi, in an amusing bit, responded to the clip, asking the WWE referee to drop the real-life Bloodline member and press charges against her. But what's next for Naomi in WWE? Naomi is currently filling in for Jade Cargill as one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions alongside Bianca Belair. Fans have often wondered why the Glow never joined the Bloodline faction, considering she's closely associated with the family, being the wife of Jimmy USO. In an interview with Inside the Ropes, Naomi addressed whether joining the Bloodline was on the cards. "I do get the Paul Heyman wisdom, and it is a little weird that I'm not in it, the Bloodline, because I'm always there with them. I'm always there, I'm always around, I'm always, annoying them, so maybe later down the road, or maybe there's somewhere for me to come in with the boys, with John and Josh, Jimmy and Jay US, who knows? But definitely something I would look forward to. I would want it to be the right time, and done properly." She said after being screwed out of a title match, it will be interesting to see if Nick Aldis will grant Naomi a shot at Tiffany Stratton's Women's Championship. With Nia Jax and Candice LeRae still in the picture, the road to WrestleMania 41 won't be easy for the blonde bombshell. WWE fans react to Naomi taking back the title she walked out on in 2022. 3 weeks have passed since someone took out Jade Cargill backstage, and not only do we still not know who attacked her and the reason behind the attack, but we also don't know what WWE plans to do with the women's tag team titles. That was until last night on SmackDown when, in the face of being stripped of the belts, someone stepped up to take Cargill's place alongside Bianca Belair as her fellow tag team champion. That person is Naomi. As the SmackDown GM was threatening to strip Belair of her title, Naomi was on hand to offer her services and become Cargill's replacement. Naomi and Belair pointed out that this had been done before in WWE. And having presented the evidence, Aldis caved and agreed to make Naomi a tag team champion. However, the two will have to defend the titles next week on SmackDown. Naomi stepping up to replace Cargill makes a lot of sense, as she was effectively part of a 3-woman team before Cargill and Belair became champions. However, fans think Naomi might have an ulterior motive. Accusations on social media after Aldis made his decision suggest that quite a few fans believe Naomi orchestrated the attack so that she could assume the role of champion with Cargill out of the picture. There are a lot of reasons why it would make sense if fan suspicions are confirmed to be true. For starters, Naomi has very much taken a back seat since Cargill and Belair have been chasing and winning gold together. Not only would it be easy to frame this as a Naomi master plan allowing her to take back the spotlight, but it would make sense that Cargill would be the one she's upset with since the former TBS champion has barely been in WWE for a year and has arguably already surpassed her, particularly when it comes to stature. It's also a full-circle moment for Naomi, not only because this is the first time she's been a champion in WWE since she returned, but because she's now once again holding the title that she vacated on her way out the door in 2022. Naomi and Sasha Banks were tag team champions when they handed over the belts and left the company. Naomi could fold in taking back the title she never lost on top of being the one who attacked Cargill to give what is quickly becoming a very compelling story an additional layer. 35-year-old WWE superstar reacts to risky behavior as Naomi pulls off a sneaky move ahead of SmackDown. The superstar Naomi is known for being one of the most helpful people in the women's locker room. Recently, however, a fellow babyface wrestler said she will maintain her distance from the Glow. These words come from Mia Yim hours before this week's episode of SmackDown. Naomi fought Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Championship in a losing effort last week. However, the Glow still has a chance to grab a singles title via the Women's United. Nia Jax beats Naomi, Notch's third WWE Women's title defense in SmackDown main event. WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax retained her championship on WWE SmackDown, in part thanks to interference on her behalf over Naomi. Naomi pinned Jax last month after interference from Women's World Champion Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez before Crown Jewel. Jax started off the match hot, immediately getting her opponent in the corner and overpowering her. Naomi hit a rear view for a near fall on Jax, but the champion followed it up with a pop-up Samoan drop and set Naomi up for the Annihilator, but Naomi knocked her off to the outside, then took her out from the top rope. The broadcast cut to the back, and Morgan and Rodriguez were seen taking out WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Naomi got Jax back in the ring, but Miss Money in the Bank Tiffany Stratton attacked Naomi from behind. Naomi was able to counter a body slam from Jax, but the champion kicked out. Stratton tried to interfere again, but Bayley took her out. Naomi hit a split-legged moonsault, and Jax barely kicked out. Candice LeRae appeared to take out Bayley. Jax hit a Samoan drop from the second rope, dragged Naomi to the corner, and finally hit the Annihilator to retain. For those who missed the first SmackDown of the year, here are the results of all the matches that took place, as well as notes on the other highlights that happened during this episode. The show started with footage of last week's episode, breaking down the situation between SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis ordering Kevin Owens to hand over the Winged Eagle WWE Championship title, as he's not the rightful champion, and the setup of Cody Rhodes challenging Owens to a ladder match for the belt at Royal Rumble after that. Cody Rhodes cut a promo where he said he was technically not cleared to wrestle tonight. Drew McIntyre interrupted. He gave some words of wisdom to the American Nightmare about how he, Cody, is the quarterback of the best roster the company has ever had, and Rhodes needs a friend to watch his back, so he's there as part of the transfer window. He always tells the truth. Rhodes equated his experience of leaving WWE to come back and finish the story to what happened with McIntyre as well, and put over the Scottish Warrior's successes. But he doesn't believe him, and he knows that Drew wants a shot at the title. McIntyre reiterated that he's here to help him, not hurt him, and as he was leaving, told him to watch his back, just as Kevin Owens jumped Rhodes from behind. McIntyre just casually walked away, and officials came out to separate Rhodes and Owens. Mercedes Moné picks upcoming Naomi WWE SmackDown. JR current AWTBS champion Mercedes Moné has commented ahead of Naomi and Bayley's upcoming WWE SmackDown match. WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax is set to defend her championship at WWE Bad Blood next weekend, but her opponent is not yet known. On last week's episode of SmackDown, Bayley and Naomi both pinned Nia during a tornado tag team match, with them set to face off against each other on this week's episode of the show. Taking to Twitter today, Naomi asked her followers for help in choosing which of two ring gear she should wear for the match, showcasing a new wig and other Uno-themed gear. Responding to the question, AWTBS champion Mercedes Moné responded, picking the Uno-themed gear for Naomi, saying, "Is there a heel turn in Naomi's future in the WWE? There's been no shortage of talk, including from yours truly, over the past few months about WWE having one of the strongest women's divisions on the planet. And though it's certainly a champagne problem, having an overabundance of talent means not every deserving star can hold gold. Even if you're a tenured,